Today we're going to talk about going from part-time to full-time reselling. And if that's something you're interested in, then stick around and see what my thoughts are on going full-time with reselling. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Veronica, or Veronica mit K, which means Veronica with a K. So welcome back guys, thank you so much for being here and thank you for joining me as I'm kicking off a new series on my channel called Going Full-Time, ? And that's pretty much what we're going to talk about in this series. We're going to talk about whether or not I will be going full-time with reselling and whether or not you should be going full-time with reselling if that's something you were thinking about. And I'm really hoping that this series will be part documenting my own process, my own journey, but also part an opportunity to connect in the comments and maybe in the chat if I'm premiering these videos, and just to exchange ideas and thoughts on going from part-time reselling to full-time reselling. So in today's video, as we're kicking off the series, I will share some thoughts that I've had for a while now when it comes to my own personal journey. But keep in mind, this is just for myself. Those are my considerations, my journey. Your situation is probably a lot different from mine, or maybe not, and you can relate, that's great. But everybody's situation is so unique and different, so please keep that in mind as we're going through the series. And part of the goal that I have with the series is to give space and provide space for all kinds of different resellers who are either already full-time reselling or going full-time or thinking about going full-time, to voice their concerns, share their journey, and share their own individual experiences, so that this is hopefully beneficial for anyone who is contemplating whether going full-time is the right choice for them. So just a little bit about me, a little bit of introduction, where I'm coming from, how long I've been reselling, etc., and what my thoughts and contemplations are when it comes to going from part-time to going full-time. So I've been reselling since the very end of 2019. So I'm recording this and I'm starting the series in June of 2021. So I've been at this for pretty much exactly a year and a half. And it started off, as you know, with most of us, kind of as a hobby, and then quickly became sort of like a side hustle, and then eventually my part-time income. And at this point, I'm making a pretty good amount every month and every week. If you're following my What's Sold videos, you already know this. Just to, actually call this a part-time income, like a side job, a part-time job. I'm not at a point yet where I'm making a full-time income. So it's become a part of my life that I very much enjoy. I enjoy several aspects of this reselling business, and especially the point where I get to go shopping and then make money with these items that I got to shop. That's my favorite part. So I've been at this for a year and a half. I'm actually by trade a college educator. I teach German classes, and part of the reason why I'm starting the series and why I'm thinking about going full-time has to do with my full-time job, with my career and profession, and I will talk a lot more about that as we move through the series. But basically, in a nutshell, I've been an educator for about 12 years now. I've been teaching for 11/12 years, if we're counting, grad school teaching. And I'm very passionate about certain aspects of my job. I'm really passionate about language education, but I'm also really burned out at this point, and I'm mentally ready to leave academia. And I say I'm mentally ready because financially, I'm not ready. I'm absolutely not ready. I need to have a job that pays the bills, that pays for health insurance, etc., etc. And that's where this whole debate and going full-time ? Comes in, because for me it's quite a complex decision, as it is for most people who decide to go full-time. So let's break it down. Let's talk about what all goes into that decision for me, and why this is not a decision I take lightly, and why there's a big question mark in the room whether or not I will go full-time and when I will go full-time. So let's talk about that. First of all, I should say that for me right now, I don't have a specific timeline. I don't have a specific point in time in mind by which I want to be a full-time reseller. And we should probably start right there and talk about what does it mean to me to be a full-time reseller, because different people have different definitions for that. For me, being a full-time reseller means that regardless of how much I work every week or every month, that my income from reselling, that income alone can provide for me and my family. That means it is paying all the bills, it's paying for health insurance, it's paying for rent, etc., and it replaces my full-time income completely. If you watched my What Sold videos, you can probably guess that I'm not there yet. So that's a major consideration for me. How much am I making each month to actually call myself a full-time reseller? So at this point in time, I have a solid part-time income, but it's not nearly enough to cover all the costs that my full-time job covers. Now, the problem is, aside from the fact that I'm ready to leave my full-time job, start a different career, the situation at my college, without going into too much detail, currently is that I may or may not lose my job. I still don't know. We're in the middle of June. The new semester starts in, mid-August, and I still have not been informed whether or not I will get a new contract for next year. And the reason behind it is officially the pandemic, budget cuts, etc. But there is a lot more going on that I will not get into in this video. But let's just say at this point, regardless of whether I am ready to leave or not, I may not have a choice. And that's really stressful and exhausting and terrifying to me, because that means that I don't get to leave on my own terms, potentially. So I would like to leave on my own terms, but as of right now, I don't know if that's going to happen. So I may or may not be out of a job. And so I've been applying, I've been working on applications outside of academia, because my decision to leave academia still stands. It's just a hard transition, and I really don't want to spend too much time talking about that, because I'm guessing that's not what you guys are here for. But let me just say that it's very hard, it's very stressful, because I am the main breadwinner in my family, and so I do have responsibility. I have a child that I need to care for, and that needs health insurance and a roof over his head. So the decision is by no means an easy decision, and like I said earlier, financially with reselling, I'm not ready to go full-time at this point. At this point in time, my income cannot cover all the costs that my full-time income covers. A couple of things that I'm considering when it comes to going full-time is it is one potential avenue for me. Right now, what I think needs to happen for me within the next month or two is that I find another full-time job that pays all the bills and hopefully leaves enough room for reselling. I think once I do find a job outside of academia, the expectation or hope that I will have enough time for reselling is fairly realistic, because right now my job as a college lecturer takes up so much time in a week. It's full-time and then some. And yet I still find time for reselling. I don't find a lot of time for reselling, but I find some time. And so any job that's closer to that, 40 hours a week mark is probably, I don't want to say it's going to feel like a vacation, but it's probably going to leave me a lot more room to focus on reselling. Part of my problem with academia and my work at academia is that I'm literally never done. I don't close my computer at 5 and I'm done. No, that doesn't happen. I work all the time, I work late at night, I work on weekends, I work over the summer. And so that is part of the reason why I need to get out, because I have zero work-life balance. I'm not saying I will work less once I become a full-time reseller, if that happens, but I think it's a more enjoyable work. It's work that I can schedule however I please, and yeah, I feel like it's going to be a lot better for my own mental health and for my relationship with my son. One thing that's really important to me as I'm contemplating going full-time is to have a backup plan, to have another major main source of income and build this business in the process so that it can get to a point where it can be a consistent full-time income and cover all the things I need to be covering with it. One major concern, as I mentioned earlier, is health insurance. Health insurance is really expensive if you don't have a salary and an employer who subsidizes your health insurance. So that is a consideration, a major one. Do you have savings or not? That's another consideration. And without going into too much detail about my own financials, I can tell you I don't have savings to live off. Right? So my family is not at a point where I can just make that decision and say, okay, I'm going to go full time. We're going to live off of our savings for the next 6 months. We're not in that place. So again, that's where having a full-time income comes in. And for the record, my husband works. He makes a part/full-time income, but it's not the same paycheck every month. And again, it's not an amount that will allow us to just live off of his paycheck. So that's a consideration that I personally have to factor in when it comes to making that decision. Now let's talk about some specific steps that I want to take on my journey to eventually becoming a full-time reseller. I've thought about my whole process, how much time I put into my business, and number one, of course, would be that I would put more time into the business and improve it and work more, work harder, and invest more into my business. Invest more time. Ideally not invest a whole lot more money, but of course we are in a business where you buy things and then sell them, so you do make investments. So with that in mind, a couple of things that I want to do in my business in order to become successful as a full-time reseller. Number one would be improving my inventory. And when I say improving my inventory, I have different things in mind. One thing would be lowering my cost of goods, for example, by more exclusively shopping at the bins as opposed to thrift stores and consignment stores, or maybe online sourcing, liquidation. Instead of doing all of that and have like higher upfront costs, I think for me it would be important to source from places like the bins more exclusively so that I'm taking less of a risk. I would still have to pick up good pieces and be very picky and intentional with the pieces that I pick up, and I've slowly been working on that. I don't pick up any little top anymore just because it's cute. If it cannot make me more than $12-15, I will not pick it up. So improving my inventory, investing less, but also finding better pieces. And finding better pieces outside of the bins is something that I've been thinking about, and one thing that I want to do in order to hopefully find better pieces than what I can find in my little area here is venture out. Maybe instead of driving half an hour to a thrift store, drive for an hour, go to a different area, explore what they have, and see if there's some brands that maybe I just cannot find in my area, in my immediate area. And by doing that, hopefully get better inventory and make more sales and sell items for higher dollar amount. I also want to try and go to more yard sales and improve my inventory by diversifying my inventory. Maybe incorporate some hard goods. I'm trying to learn more about hard goods right now, but honestly, it's very overwhelming and I don't have a ton of space. So I don't know how that is going to pan out. You will find out in this series, but that might be another way to improve my inventory, switch up my inventory, add more variety to my inventory. So again, when it comes to inventory, there are 3 steps I want to take. I want to buy cheaper stuff, I want to buy better stuff, and I want to buy different stuff. That sounded very professional, all the stuff. Something else that I want to improve on is my time and be more mindful of my time. And I've been working on time management a lot over the last few months already. Again, I've had a full-time job that is very demanding and very involved, so I do not have a whole lot of time to invest into my reselling business. So really every minute counts. So I've worked on streamlining my process a little bit when it comes to taking pictures and measuring and packing up items. I've worked on improving that. I still do batch work, but I no longer separate my photographing time from my measuring time because I found myself dreading sitting down and measuring. So now I just measure as I photograph. I write it down on a whiteboard. I take a picture of it. So instead of writing it down in a booklet, I just write it down, take a picture, and it seems to be speeding up my process, which is nice. I also want to work on improving the time that it takes me to list an item. I have not quite figured out how to do that yet, but I will keep you guys posted on that. I will say for cross-listing, I do use List Perfectly, and that's working well for me, but I'm open to exploring different avenues and to figure out if there's maybe another way in which I can improve my listing time. One thing that I'm considering, and that goes back to, you know, cutting costs and having less of an overhead, I guess, would be to get rid of all the cross-listing platforms and just list one item to all 3 platforms at once. So as I'm listing them to Poshmark, also drag and drop the pictures to eBay, copy and paste, and just do 3 listings at once on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari, as opposed to listing on Poshmark first, then cross-listing to eBay and Mercari using my cross-listing software. That is something I'm debating, more so with regard to saving money and maybe less with saving time, because I think that will take me longer. So I have to evaluate, is it going to annoy me more to just do that manually myself? Or is it going to save me money and that's going to motivate me to just list my item on eBay and then pull it over to Poshmark manually, copy and paste the description, and then do the same with Mercari? I don't know yet. I have to try that out, and that will be an experiment that you will probably see on this channel soon as part of this series, as I'm exploring different ways to streamline my process and to become more efficient on this journey to potentially going full time. Another thing that I really need to tackle, and I'm not excited for it, is to improve my inventory system. Now, my inventory system is not the greatest, but it works for me. What doesn't work is the way my inventory is set up in my Posh room. It's basically a lot of tubs, like the big clear totes that most of us use, stacked on top of each other, but then it's not like they're on a shelf where I can easily access this tub or that tub. No, they're stacked on top of each other, and then they're basically in rows, so I need to move one row out of the way to access whatever is behind them. And that's partially because I have limited space. It's partially because I don't have shelving where I can stack them, because I'm really worried that if I have shelves with these big heavy tubs stacked in them in this small room, that my child is going to run in here and they're all going to come falling down. Of course, I could attach them to the wall. It's something I have to figure out, and that I will have to find a way to improve it. I also need to declutter my Posh room. That's another thing. I have boxes on top of boxes that I probably will never use, so I just need to get rid of that. We do have a storage unit which is about 3/4 full at this point, and there are items in there that I do want to sell. So that would be part of this whole process, to get stuff out of this room, put it in the storage unit, and then make space for my inventory to be organized better and in a way that will make my whole process easier, that will make things more accessible. I already touched a little bit on reducing additional costs. One way that I've already done this a few months ago was that instead of having a traditional virtual assistant for sharing my Poshmark closet, I started to use an automation service, as most resellers I think at this point have, because it's much cheaper and it's much more convenient, and it allows me to have my closet shared so much more and like so many more times a day, and I have seen improvements in my sales. So it is a decision that you have to make for yourself, but for me at this point it works for my business. It has improved my business, it has cut my costs down so much, and I'm really happy with it. So that's what's working for me. Like I mentioned earlier, down the line I may be getting rid of my cross-listing software and just doing it myself. Not sure when that's going to be or if that's going to happen, but it's something I'm considering. And again, sourcing more from the bins, paying less per item, and still picking up decent items that will hopefully sell for a good profit. So as you can see, there is a lot I have to consider before really making that commitment and decision to go full-time with reselling, and really the points I've gone over in this video are really just the tip of the iceberg. Over the next few weeks, maybe months, I will be featuring different interviews in this Going Full-Time series with fellow resellers who have either gone full-time already or who may be in the process of going full-time and debating and thinking about it. The series will also feature some vlog videos where I'm just going over my daily activities as a part-time reseller, talking about anything that's on my mind in terms of potentially taking this full-time, but also things that I do on a daily basis, etc. Those vlog videos I'm envisioning as kind of like work along with me, chit chat. that sort of thing. And who knows, we may even have a live at some point where we can all come together and talk about potentially going full-time or staying part-time, or maybe quitting full-time reselling because it's not working out for you. I'm open to having all these conversations as part of this series. I'm really excited to see where these next few months are going to take me, and of course I will keep you posted and updated on my channel in the vlog videos, and I really hope you'll keep coming back and subscribe if you're not already, and like this video if you enjoyed this content and if this was somewhat beneficial to you, and also if you're excited about seeing more on the topic of going from part-time to full-time with reselling. I almost forgot. I'm wearing a pre-owned item that I got from the amazing Galama. We recently did a fun box collab with Galama and with Dollar Dr. Jennifer. You may have seen the video. If not, I will link it up here. It's really fun. We created our own fun boxes, kind of like the ThredUp fun boxes, but our own. Personalized, but our own personalized experience. And Galama put this beautiful top in my fun box, and I had to wear it in a video, of course. You'll see me wear a lot of the items that I got in those boxes over the next few weeks, so just, you know, you're probably gonna get sick of me saying, oh, I got this from my fun box from Jennifer or from Galama. But that's basically all I intend to wear for the next few weeks. So you'll see that in a lot of the vlog videos if you decide to check those out. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you soon. Bye!